Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We have released our brand new summer drop that includes some new and exciting designs, including our Arne Slot t-shirt, European Royalty t-shirt, Trophy Wall tee and others. We've also introduced jumpers to our store. Do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description or head into copyclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video, as always, we are here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. And guess what? For a change, some positive Liverpool transfer news, guys, as a timeline has been revealed for not just one signing, not two, but three potential signings that we could see coming to this football club. And no, not youth players. So we could discuss that, of course, in a bit of detail a little bit later on with those potential positions and those potential targets. But first, I just want to go through an outgoing. Yes, Liverpool are fielding considerable interest for left-back Owen Beck ahead of a decision over his future, but the club are not likely to agree any loan deals. Beck has featured twice in pre-season so far, but has been among those used more sparingly, having clocked 45 minutes on the pitch so far. In the absence of the injured Andy Robertson, Arne Slot has preferred Kostas Tsimikas as his starting left-back, with Beck one of the players whose future is in doubt. Clubs in the Championship have been credited with an interest in the 21-year-old, who was also suitors in Germany and the Netherlands. The Mail's Lewis Steele has now added that Celtic to the list, with the Scottish side having already gone close to signing Beck on a permanent deal back in January. However, Steele insists that Liverpool want a sale rather than a loan, which would rule out Celtic, who are seemingly seeking a more temporary addition at left back. This decision comes after a breakout loan for Beck last season with Dundee, sandwiching a brief return to Liverpool in January, which after an appearance off the bench against Bournemouth ruled out joining any other club. With it unlikely that the Welshman leapfrogs Robertson and Tsimikas in the first team setup, the Reds are clearly to capitalise on his rising stock. It is refreshing in a way, as they seem prepared to sanction permanent moves for players such as Beck and Tyler Morton, who in recent years may have been retained until later in their 20s. Slot has been conducting a top-to-bottom review of his extended first-team squad during pre-season, and certain names appear to have fought their way into contention. But if others are not back to break through, it seems wise to agree terms on a sale, not only to cash in on their value, but to also allow them to continue also their careers at a level. So, Owen Beck, I do think, obviously, probably one of those players that actually, because I watch a lot of Scottish football, was a standout for Dundee last season. I felt like the Old Firm sides would have, if they put into the team, he would have been one of their better players in the team. Yeah, very interested to see Celtic are interested in him. But yeah, a few other clubs also interested, but probably looking likely that he's going to be leaving the football club this summer. So yeah, interesting very much indeed with regards to that. But now moving on to more of the positive stuff, and that's with regards to potential incomings. And as you can read there in the title, 3 signings imminent, with Liverpool set to make concrete bids in the next 10 days. Yes, Liverpool are expected to accelerate their transfer plans at long last within the next 10 days, with the club eyeing reinforcements in 3 key positions. It has been an understandably quiet transfer window for the Reds so far, but this is now set to change with just over 4 weeks to go until the deadline. Though he is yet to work with any or many of his most important players, Slot has had his time to assess the fringe players who have formed the core of his squad throughout pre-season so far. Slot could therefore make judgments in the coming days over who will stay and who will be permitted to leave, while the club's transfer staff push forward in terms of signings. The Independent's Miguel Delaney claims that in the next 10 days, Liverpool are likely to see their first concrete bids put in for incomings. Their belief around the Liverpool camp is that transfer business will finally accelerate next week. He iterates that the Reds are seeking a centre-back, a defensive midfielder, and a wide forward, though speculates that there could be potentially 2 of the latter. Liverpool have been credited with an ongoing interest in Newcastle's winger Anthony Gordon, while Delaney names Eintracht Frankfurt's William Pancher as a centre-back target. While these reports is likely more of an educated guess when it comes to the areas in which Liverpool will sign, it stands no reason that progress will not be made soon. Any suggestion that Sporting Director Richard Hughes and assistant David Woodfine and the club's team of analysis and scouts have been sat dormant over the last part of months is of course nonsense. Work will have been ongoing in the background throughout the summer with checks on progressive targets, that talks held with the representatives and clubs. But having given Slot the time to work with the majority of the squad, things could seemingly now come to head over the next 10 days. That will be more informed by any outgoings, with Wataru Endo and Joe Gomez, two surprise names to add to a potential list of amid interest from a number of clubs. Any deals for Endo and Gomez, though, would only increase the need to strengthen the defensive midfield and centre-back respectively, though Liverpool almost certainly have a succession plan in place. So, finally, guys, summer, no longer doing this, waiting, twiddling our thumbs, doing absolutely hee-haw. It does seem as though we are going to be having a very busy 10 days with players start to emerge that this football club could go on and sign, which is very, very good to see. Centre-back, defensive midfielder, and a wide player. Although I would say with the Anthony Gordon stuff, as we brought to you this morning, there was a huge twist with regards to that situation, and it does seem as though it's more likely that he will be staying at Newcastle as they look to be sparked into immediate negotiations over a contract extension upon his return back from the Euro, or from his summer holiday. So, yeah, I think we'll get some more news as the sort of days go on with regards to actually transfer targets, but inside Liverpool sources are stating to expect that first bid in the next 10 days, which is very, very exciting indeed for this football club. So yeah, super happy potentially, and just for a bit of fun, who do you want to see the club sign in terms of targets in those positions? As stated, let me know down there in the old comment section below. Now, lastly, a little bit of a boost though, guys, with their looming concern over Real Madrid's interest in Trent Alexander-Arnold. Carlo Ancelotti has provided a welcome update for now at least. Yes, Alexander-Arnold's situation at Liverpool is undoubtedly worrying, with the right back into the final year of his deal this summer. That should never have been the case. The club's vice-captain, undoubtedly one of their most important players, and one of the best to ever come from the academy, his future seems to have been lost in the shuffle. Whether there was a lack of urgency as Jurgen Klopp considered his future and Jorge Schmecker arrived as a short-term sporting director hire is unclear, but Alexander-Arnold's dwindling contract has attracted suitors. Most notable among those is Real Madrid, and with the number 66 spending most of his post-season break with their midfielder Jude Bellingham, fears have started to mount. However, Real Madrid manager Ancelotti appears to have ruled out a move for Alexander-Arnold at least this summer, as he considers his squad complete. The squad is complete, he told reporters, including AS, when asked about this week about signing a centre-back. Valaujo has returned, Alaba is recovering, we have the youngster Jon Martinez Lozano and Jacob and Raul Asensio. There are no departures because everyone wants to stay. While Ancelotti was speaking about a possible addition to the centre of defence, his words are to be believed to reflect his stance across the entire squad. As it stands, Real do not plan to sell any players, nor do they intend to make any further additions following the signings of Kylian Mbappe and Endrick. There have been no real immediate threat of Alexander-Arnold pushing for Madrid, but given his contract situation, it has remained an ongoing concern. The 25-year-old is due to report back for pre-season training next week and will feature in the final stages of preparations for the new campaign, including that friendly against Sevilla on August 11th. So yeah, good news with regards to Trent, I suppose. But guys, as always, do let me know your thoughts on everything down there in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and do check out our summer collection. The link is down in the description, or go to callbackclothing.com. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.